That a lot of what they're eating is the bacteria and fungus that's decomposing organic matter, including fish poop and various other types of organic matter in the river. So they pull the water through and then filter the things they want out as food and expel the rest back into the river, and then digest whatever, and that gets expelled too. So they have like an intake pipe and an output pipe, and they're constantly pulling water in this one, shooting it out that one. But in the process, they're clearing the water. I mean, I've got a slide somewhere that shows it 2 aquariums, one full of clams and muddy water, and the one beside it. Well, so they have the same aquarium an hour later, and the water's clear. So it's kind of a neat demo how they can do it. But if you think of millions of mussels in a river, because of the densities are so high, they're probably filtering the water several times a day as it passes by. So over miles of river, they perform a pretty big ecological function. Well, when they're real little, fish are probably the biggest predator, especially fish that have the ability to crush shells, which when they're little, the shells aren't too tough, depending on the species. But as they get bigger and bigger, it shifts over to more other types of predators, more like muskrats. I'd say as far as mammals go, the muskrat's probably the principal predator. But raccoons and otter will eat them as well. You see shells on the riverbank. If the shell's tip has been bitten off, it's probably a raccoon or an otter. But if they're laying split open, it's a muskrat. And you think of the muskrat's got these 2 big front rat teeth on it. They've learned to turn the mussel around, cut the adductor muscles of the clam or mussel that hold the shell together, and then they start to gape open and they pry them open and eat them. So usually you think of muskrats as being vegetarians, but they're omnivorous. In some places where mussels are abundant, they'll leave huge piles of shells along the bank. A lot of fun to paw through those piles of shells, see what used to live in the river.
Feed the small animals by sequestering particles out of the water column, and they also feed bigger animals by getting eaten by fish and other mammals.